before you peel it, sweat with all the eyes in it, or what it does. Yeah, I dressed up for Halloween.
Is it winky?
I come with me. So there you go. The blinking.
Thank you.
You know what? I'm going to go into a grand mal seizure in about 2 seconds.
Oh, wait, then I want to turn it back.
I'm going to hit the ground and start doing the funky chicken. That's very disconcerting. Anyway, good morning, Jennifer. And Wayne, good morning. And Tyler. Good morning, Bill. Good morning, Alex. Where's Nancy today?
She is out this week with me.
Oh, okay. So I'm not being handled on the lawn after 10 o'clock?
Potentially, I'll check on that.
All right, I'll see. All right, that's inside baseball. Here's the other inside baseball. Under trending stories that Alex gives me, the last one is tonight is game 1 of the World Series between Atlanta and Houston. Does anybody care? Yeah. Why? Only the scandal of Houston. Okay, that's a great story.
Dodgers fans, anybody but Houston. I bet the Braves have more Dodgers fans cheering for them tonight than they ever have.
All right. That's true because this scandal. All right, fair enough. Let's do it, guys. Ready? Handle on the news, Jennifer Jones, Wayne Resnick, and Lee Story. Yeah, it's the rain. We got quite a bit of it. Originally, the forecasters said we were going to get, half an inch, and we got well over an inch, didn't we?
Yes, and in fact, the good part was that it didn't seem to impact any of the burn areas. That's what they were worried about, the mud flow or debris or anything like that. So while we did get around an inch in Southern California, they say San Francisco got 5.5 inches over a 24-hour period.
The entire city went into the sea. Just gone. The huge debris flow. San Francisco gone. It's crazy.
I saw the greatest picture of, it looked like maybe 5 or 6 neighbors who had come out of the building and they all had brooms. And it looked like,
I know.
Down the street.
It was 6 inches of water. What are you doing with that? You're right. I saw that video. It's crazy.
And I thought, they're doing the sweeping water at each other. It's nuts. All right, this assistant director who handed Alex Baldwin the gun that he fired on the set of Rush that killed the cinematographer and injured the director, apparently had been fired from his previous job after a firearms mishap.
You're thinking of the armor.
Yeah, the guy, David Hall.
Who apparently had so little experience, he was unsure whether she really should even have that job. And then this guy, with his history, however, is it the job of the assistant director to check? Or is it simply the armor, once the armor hands the gun, and has said this gun is usable in the sense there's no live ammunition? We don't know yet. He picked it up off a cart. It was sitting on a cart with 2 other weapons, but they violated every. All right, here's thing going. I'm not arguing that. I just feel it's just a problem. Is it his responsibility to check the gun? If he's going to pick it up off a cart and hand it to the actor, then it damn well. All right. So the point is that he shouldn't have even done that. Yes. And yesterday, watching the news, this is it's being put under a microscope, every single moment of it. And there were some armorers that were interviewed. One of them said that it's the armorer who should hand the gun directly to the actor, so the chain of custody is not broken. And then my other question, what is live ammunition doing on the set anyway?
We may know. So there's a story that came out this morning that 4 or 5 sources have picked up that says 3 members on the set of Rush were using the same gun for live ammo target practices.
Live ammo on a set is crazy.
Where they were taking off cans.
I know, I understand.
And
who brought the live ammo to the set? That's insane. People, it's acting, it's movies. People are actually shot. As a matter of fact, I'm willing to guess that people who are actually shot, it doesn't look as realistic as when it's fake shot. It's a script going on, the the blood pouring out, that doesn't happen. So, I mean, that's just an aside, but you were talking yesterday about Alec Baldwin's liability as producer, not as the guy who pulled the trigger, but as the producer who oversees all of this and hires all these people. There were so many violations of the most basic safety protocols. I could see a jury deciding this guy needs to pay a lot of money. You're talking about Alec Baldwin. Yeah. Individually hiring all of these losers and overseeing a set where they're printing with live ammo. If I were on a jury, I'd go, yeah, that's a level of negligence that he can pay out a lot of money. The FDA advisory panel is going to vote today on whether to allow kids 5 to 11 to get those vaccines. Now, that's advisory only. They say, we think you should, or we think you shouldn't, and then the FDA meets. But it's a matter of days when that happens. So it should happen very quickly. And kids 5 to 11, we talked yesterday about how many kids are actually going to be vaccinated. And you had pointed out, I think it was Janet pointed out, that even people who have been vaccinated may be very leery of having their children vaccinated. I would vaccinate my kids before I was vaccinated, just in case there were side effects. Or, matter of fact, that's exactly what I did. Let's move on.
All right, the cruise industry is going to have to go along with the CDC guidelines when it comes to COVID-19 now through at least mid-January. And in a way, I kind of wondered, wouldn't cruise ships maybe want to go along with the CDC guidelines? Because they didn't want to run into the same issues that they had right at the beginning of the pandemic.
The cruise lines came to the table very quickly, even before governmental regulation. So they... with the novel virus, remember that's the problem that they've had for years. So they have experience with this, with these viruses, these diseases just flying through a cruise ship. Are we time for a break? Yeah, we can, or we can do one more. Depends on how soon you want to give people a chance to win $1,000. Yeah, all right, let's do this. I think people are anxious to win $1,000. So we'll come back with, strangely enough, your chance to win $1,000. All right, Jennifer Jones-Lee, what's going on?
New York and New Jersey have declared emergencies as the storm's about to drench the East Coast. It's the same system that hit us on the West Coast, dumping record rain in California over the last couple of days. 3 social media giants will be at a Senate hearing today. Leaders of Snapchat, TikTok, and YouTube will testify on how they protect kids online. And lawyers for convicted drug lord Al Chapo have asked for a new trial, saying he didn't get a fair trial. Joaquin Guzman was sentenced to life in prison in 2019 for running one of the world's biggest drug trafficking operations. His lawyers say jury misconduct and defense restrictions were the reasons why you didn't get a fair trial. We'll take a look at your drive with VKFI in the sky in the 60s next.
So when does it make sense to refi your house? How about now? When does it make sense to pay off your mortgage when interest rates are high? Well, interest rates aren't. They're still ridiculously low, so you've got a ton of equity in your house because property values exploded over the last couple of years. So let me make a suggestion. It's all about going to HMS Capital. And that is you borrow against the equity, and then you put the money into some place that makes you money, some kind of an investment. See, that makes sense. Now your equity is making you money, as opposed to making you no money and sitting there, moribund, almost near death. Good word. So HMS Capital is a company that I recommend because I've done 2 mortgages with HMS Capital, and so I know how they operate. As a matter of fact, their razor-sharp interest rates, they are so confident they're going to earn your business. They're willing, as a matter of fact, they're even willing to say, go to a competitor and apply. At the same time, you apply for HMS Capital. That's how confident they are. Call 833-255-5698, 833-255-5698. Visit hmscapital.com.
Are you paying too much for auto insurance? Visit AAA.com/insurance for a free quote and find out how much you could save. Find competitive rates on auto insurance through the Auto Club. Visit AAA.com/insurance today.
SoCal weather from KFI, sunny with highs mid-60s to right at 70. This report is brought to you by the Auto Club of Southern California. Let's take a look at right on the 60.
You bet, a little bit of a hiccup in the drive here. Now, if you're west on the 60 coming away from Diamondboro, or the 57, pretty good drive. It's going to get slow a little bit before the 605. We saw the problem when CHP did as well. They ran a quick break and got it out of your way. It was westbound 60, a little bit past the 605. They wound up at Rosen over to the shoulder. So you'll probably see some of Reagan flashing lights and some cars and stuff. Just be careful as you go through. It is slow already. Morning drive slow coming off the hill going towards East LA. East LA was, well, a little bit slower than usual, but anything really bad problems. There was a shoulder problem south 5. East LA interchange, but not too bad. Now, we came down to 605, but morning drive slow. Stop at Firestone, just south of 5. That's just cleared, so no problems to warn you about. You'll be able to get on the West 105 towards LAX, which is busy. And look at the North 5 coming out of Buena Park, the East LA interchange coming up. Injured and accident, visit Superwoman, superlawyer.com. KFI in the sky.
This report is sponsored by Dairy Queen. Hey, DQ fans, DQ invites you all to join them for Miracle Fruit Day on October 28th. For every blizzard sold, $1 or more will be donated to your local Children's Miracle Network hospital, making Miracle Fruit Day the most satisfying way to get back. Visit your DQ on October 28th.
Well, you heard me talk about my friends at Sunday and how they can sell your home fast without any repairs, without the hassle of dealing with showing, realtors, cleaning, or making an upgrade. Now Sunday has made the process even easier for those who want to sell a property fast. Contact Sunday for your free no-obligation cash offer. They're going to give you your property, take photos, and do a 3D walkthrough. They'll package your property details and send it to the thousands of local investors in their database who are actively looking to buy property. The average homeowner receives 12 offers on their property. It's quick and easy. Plus, you can close in as little as 10 days, or they have the flexibility to close in months. They can even give you a $20,000 cash advance, which will help with living costs when you sell with Sunday. Go to Sunday.com, SUNDAE.com, or phone us, 800-25-OFFER. Get a free no-obligation cash offer at Sunday.com, SUNDAE.com. Sunday is a California licensed real estate broker, DOE license number 020-88298.
Are you looking for a Medicare Advantage plan that lets you access out-of-network specialists without a referral? With the United Healthcare Medicare Advantage HMO POS plan, you get more of the extras you need with great benefits, like up to $200 yearly to buy over-the-counter products, routine eye exam, and $300 allowance towards eyewear, copays as low as $375 for hearing aids, and much more. With a $0 premium Medicare Advantage plan from United Healthcare, you'll get more care for your Medicare dollars. Take advantage. Call United Healthcare today at 1-877-215-6533, TTY 711, and trust America's #1 health provider to help you find the right plan for you. Call United Healthcare at 1-877-215-6533, TTY 711. That's 1-877-215-6533, TTY 711. Benefits, features, or devices vary by plan and area. Limitations and exclusions apply.
How are those solar max panels treating you?
I love it. I went with SolarMax years ago. I just wish I went sooner with all the money I saved.
Right now, you can get some Solar Max Tesla 420 panels and power walls for $79.96 per month and $0 down.
Dial pound 250 and say SolarMax, or go to SolarMaxTech.com. Monthly payment available on quick pricing or something number 97205.
Same Day House is now offering at-home services for the most convenient and reliable choice in private testing. Book your next appointment on SameDayHouse.com or through the Same Day House app using code IHUNTLA for $15 off your next test. That's SameDayHouse.com.
Attorney Joe Cordell. New school, new job, new home. Change is hard and can leave you feeling isolated, and divorce delivers one of life's hardest blows. The relationships you counted on are suddenly gone, but you don't have to walk through this alone. For more than 30 years, Cordell & Cordell has guided men through the challenges of divorce. You're not alone. Call Cordell & Cordell. Schedule an appointment with one of Cordell & Cordell's California area attorneys. 1455-30, San Diego, California, 92108. CordellCordell.com. You've heard the line, two is better than one. That's especially true when you're looking for a brand new BMW. Hi, I'm Danny McKenna with McKenna BMW and South Street BMW. With 2 stores, BMW is sending us twice the inventory. In fact, we have the best supply of BMWs we've ever had this year. You want to drive the ultimate driving machine? Visit McKennaCars.com for a location near you. You can handle the process over the phone, or you can come to the dealership and kick a few tires. Remember, McKenna BMW on the 605 or South Bay BMW off the 405, where 2 is always better than 1.
Should people get the COVID-19 vaccine?
Is it safe for my daughter?
Have they been thoroughly tested?
Will my grandson be okay if he gets vaccinated? He's still developing.
The short answer to all these questions? Yes. The COVID-19 vaccine is proven to be safe and effective for ages 12 and up. Feeling good about the facts? Visit myturn.ca.gov today to schedule a vaccination appointment or find a walk-in clinic near you. Brought to you by the California Department of Public Health.
If people have freedom, they'd enjoy it. Why freedom has a bad name? Why are people so willing to have the government micromanage their lives? It's really fascinating. I really wonder about that a lot. John and Ken, weekdays at 2. Why do you want the government to tell you what to do? On KFI. Welcome back. KFI AM 640 Handle Morning Crew on a Tuesday, October 26th. Okay, maybe you can put some money in your pocket. Let's see. KFI has your chance to win $1,000. Text the nationwide keyword WIN, W-I-N, to 200-200. You'll get a confirmation text and info. Standard data and message rates apply in this nationwide contest. That's WIN to 200-200. And if you do win, you'll get a phone call from a number you don't recognize, which you must pick up every day, 20 minutes after the hour, between 5:20 a.m., 7:20 p.m., and if you don't win this hour, you got, 12 more shots at it, or 13 more shots at it. It's 14 times a day. Back we go. More Handle on the news. Jennifer Jones, Lee, Wayne Resnick, and moi. And I have some unemployment fraud information, but first I want to say, if you go to our Twitter, @BillHandle you can see live in action Jen's new devil horn light flashing headphones that she's wearing. Too positive. Too positive that Jen does not have much of a light. And this is an exciting part of her life.
And she shot $50 for it.
And she shot $50.
For after Halloween for it.
That is correct. All right, speaking of dollars, at least $20 billion in unemployment fraud now. The state is saying California. Just California. However, it's actually less than they feared, and also, as a percentage of total benefits paid, not as bad as some other states. So there's an argument that this is good news. That California didn't get tagged as hard with unemployment fraud. Look at the number. Okay, 20 billion out of 87 billion. Right? What percent? 11%. It's about 11% of the benefits that were paid out went to fraud. But Arizona, 30% of what they paid out went to fraud. And there's a reason. It's not as bad as it could have been. Now, there's a reason for this. Because it was a brand new program that was established. Right, not only the PPP, but also the individual check expanded unemployment. Right, so you have that, so you have a whole new program, and it had to be rushed out so quickly that there were holes in it. That's all there is to it. So the alternative here is to hold off and say, hey, we have to establish the anti-fraud aspect of this, and that may take us a couple of months. Where's the answer? And they decided that if they knew, I think if the government knew this was going to happen, and they couldn't, and the government could not send out the checks, they would still accept. Because the checks being sent out were that critical.
All right, remember that restaurant? Steve Gregory, I think, talked about this one. Crony Sports Bar and Grill. It was the outdoor patio in Agoura Hills that just defied all of the COVID-19 LA County orders. Because they said, hey, if we do go along with your orders, we're going to have to lay off all of our staff. Well, Cronies finally has reached a settlement now, and according to this settlement, they have to pay $10,000 plus $25,000 in civil penalties if forcible if a court finds that the settlement has been violated by the restaurant.
So my guess is that they are going to comply.
Yeah.
You won't see the sign saying, we don't care, come on in. There's no, we're simply defying any mandate. It's going to, believe me, they're going to be first in line to comply.
Now, this was Cronies, but remember Tin Horn Flats right over here in Burbank. They were the ones who, I think somebody had to come along finally, and there's a fence around the place now, I think, and didn't they padlock the doors or something like that?
Yeah, shut off the power.
That's what it was. They shut the power off.
This was, I think, the order of events.
Yep.
They shut down the power, so those guys got a generator.
Right.
They padlocked the doors, so they cut off the padlocks. They put all that fencing around it. Finally, the wife of the owner of the restaurant is the owner of the property. She had them evicted.
Yeah, it's really an interesting story. Oh, also with cronies, there are some other aspects of this. They have to get a health permit. They have to wait and can't open up. So it's. And by the way, I just assume that they're going to comply. Maybe the owner's going to go, screw you. No government is going to tell me what to do.
Well, I think one of the things is this was when it was you couldn't even have outdoor dining, and they were having people outdoors.
Right.
So now that you can have that, and I think even the vaccine mandate in L.A. wouldn't apply to outdoor dining.
And it may not.
So they have a lot more leeway to operate now. Well, they have declared a local emergency in Carson over that horrible, horrible smell. And the city is urging the state and the feds and the county to also declare an
And the
emergency.
president. Let's not forget that.
Yeah, he's the Fed.
And they want the, is it only the president can declare a state of emergency on the federal
I
level?
think so, yeah. The president has to declare
In
it.
any case, the local authorities have stopped putting in the chemical to stop the smell. And the smell is still there, and the local authorities, cities going, oh, no, it's not nearly as bad. And the citizens of all the residents going, oh, yes, it is. Oh, it's typical fight, although it's probably going to go away at some point.
Well, eventually, wouldn't all that vegetation, because it's decaying organic matter. At some point, it doesn't all completely decay.
You would think so.
Throwing off the gas.
You would think so.
All right, well, they're
Although
looking...
working around you, Bill.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you for that. Greatly appreciated.
They're looking at drug overdose as the probable cause now. 3 people being found dead, 1 person injured in this rental home on Balboa Island. So cops get this call yesterday morning for medical aid, and they get there and they find 1 person who was the one who called that needed the help, but then 2 women and a man were dead inside, and then people around the area say Orange County hazmat crews were seen at the scene. And so anytime that you see the hazmat crews go in, you've got to think possible fentanyl overdose or something like that. So they're looking at a suspicion of drug overdose.
All right, take a break. We will come back. Yet more handle on the news. Jennifer Jones late.
Production for the movie shooting in New Mexico, where actor Alec Baldwin accidentally shot and killed a cinematographer, will be on hold until the end of the investigation. ABC's Kaylee Harden says the movie director Joel Souza told authorities Baldwin was sitting in a queue when the shooting happened last week.
As he practiced drawing his weapon, Baldwin pointing the revolver towards the camera lens. Souza says he was standing behind that camera, looking over the shoulder of cinematographer Helena Hutchins, when he heard what sounded like a whip and then loud cries.
The Santa Fe Sheriff's Office and DA's office are expected to hold a news conference tomorrow to talk about the investigation. News is brought to you by veteran-owned Semper Solaris. LA County Sheriff's deputies say it took about 90 minutes to find the man accused of driving his Jeep Wrangler through a crowd of vaccine mandate protesters in Palmdale. The deputies got a call Saturday afternoon, and at least 1 woman was hurt. The driver's been booked on a $50,000 bond. The Treasury Department wants to crack down on racial inequity in the financial industry.
Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen says a former J.P. Morgan Chase executive has been hired to head a new government program. Janice Grappler will be the department's first counselor for racial equity, part of a multi-pronged strategy by the Biden administration to deal with systemic racism found in many parts of the economy. Banking and finance have long had issues with racial inequity, from the lack of representation of minorities at the highest levels of companies to ongoing issues of getting equal access to services for non-white borrowers. Deborah Mark, KFI News.
At least 2 people have been killed and 4 others, including a police officer, have been hurt in a shooting at a mall in Idaho. Boise Mayor Lauren McLean says she's grateful that community members came together to keep each other safe during the shooting.
Countless people found themselves in a situation they never would have nor should have expected. I want to thank the shopkeepers, the people in the mall that reacted so quickly to take care of folks that were there.
A person's been arrested in connection with the shooting. And 11 lions at the Denver Zoo have tested positive for COVID-19. Zookeepers say the African lion symptoms are mild, but the animals have been coughing, sneezing, and fatigued. The lions are between the ages of 1 and 9 years old, and they haven't been vaccinated yet. 2 tigers at the zoo also tested positive for COVID earlier this month. We got you right on the 5.
Try sticking a needle in a tiger. 5 is in pretty good shape here if you're leaving Buena Park. The usual slowing down until this all gets done, and boy, when it gets done, it's going to be really super. But North 5 going through Valley View. But after that, pretty good drive up to 605. Slow, but moving up towards the East Ellen interchange. We had a good look at the 91 coming away from the 5 over towards Cerritos to go towards Long Beach. This morning drive slow, but we're over a problem now, unfortunately. Northbound 710. Listen up, this could last for a while, it looks like. It's just before Florence. Right lane is blocked there. You might see what's involved, but the lane is blocked. And it's really backing up very quickly from the 105. Take to the left as much as you can. If you're on surface streets, if you get on at Florence, you're north of the problem and on your way. And pretty good news for the southbound side now. Coming away from the I-5, down towards Long Beach in the water. Be careful, but it's a pretty good drive. Enjoy the next visit Superwoman, Superlawyer.com. Jeff Ball, KFI News.com.
The LA Kings were blanked on the ice by the St. Louis Blues by a score of 3-0. Now, today at 7, the Ducks get the Winnipeg Jets. All right, the Astros will put Framber Valdez on the mound against the Braves when Game 1 of the World Series starts today at 5. Atlanta's going with Charlie Morton. I'm Wayne Resnick, KFI Sports. A full set of teeth. When's the last time you could smile when you took a photo or eat the food you used to eat it, or not cover your mouth when you sleep? It's been a while. Well, I don't know if you've been thinking about changing that around. I'm going to suggest that you contact the Cutting and Dental Clinic. Why? Because with their new permanent teeth in a day procedure done while you sleep, all of a sudden you have, well, over the course of hours, you have beautiful, natural-looking teeth, and you're done. Permanent. That's it. No more dental procedures. Your denture is that's all gone. You can eat like you used to eat. Smile, and certainly have more confidence. I've seen this happen. It's just one day while you sleep, and boy, does that change your life. So, get $1,500 off your procedure until November 30th. No money down payment plans on approval of credit. And if you have dental insurance, you have to use it by the end of the year. Use it or lose it. Call 888-640-SMILE, 888-640-SMILE, 888-640-SMILE.
SoCal weather from KFI. Mostly sunny today. Highs will range from the mid-60s to right at 70. We lead local. Live from the KFI 24-hour newsroom, I'm Jennifer Jones-Lee.
Hi, we're Hoke. Meet Dr. Robert Lewis. He's a neurosurgeon at Pickup Family Neurosciences Institute who loves camping with his daughter. He is also a nationally recognized expert in minimally invasive brain tumor surgery at Hogue. Dr. Lewis would love to get to know you and is ready to make a positive difference in your family's life. Get to know Hogue. Visit hoguehealth.org and find your physician today.
Spectrum Mobile is reinventing wireless again. Get unlimited on 2+ lines for $29.99 a month per line. No contracts, no added taxes or fees. Includes nationwide 5G. Save up to 60% with Spectrum Mobile. Get unlimited on 2+ lines for $29.99 a month. Call 855-438-2999 or visit a store near you. Offer valid for new customers on 2+ unlimited lines. Connection internet required. Savings based on 2 lines comparison of unlimited plans from major national carriers as of 9/2021. Prepaid excluded. Restrictions apply. Want the best possible price on your next car? Download the Roto app. That's R-O-D-O. Roto lets you browse thousands of vehicles from local dealers right from your phone, and even offers contact-free delivery. And with Roto, there's never any haggling. The price you see is pre-negotiated and already includes every available discount. There's no hidden fees and no surprises. Just 100% transparent pricing. So for an easy car buying experience, download the Roto app now or check out roto.com. That's ROTO.com.
When it comes to business, independent talent is no longer a temporary solution. It's a permanent evolution. Build your team on the world's work marketplace. Upwork. Up we go.
Now through November 1st, lease a 2022 BMW X3 S-Drive 30i for $489 a month for 36 months with $39.99 due at signing. See a Southern California BMW Center today for details or visit SoCalBMWs.com.
Termite problem? Search PacificCoastTermite.com or call 800-PACIFIC.
For official rules and more information about contests on this station, go to KFIAM640.com/rules.
Live and local.
KFI AM 640.
An iHeart radio station.
Hey, we're back, everybody. Handle here on a Tuesday morning, October 26th. Just talking to Jennifer Jones-Lee, and she related a story about Tom Brady's 600th touchdown pass. And you want to share?
Yeah, so Brady, when he threw the pass, the receiver caught the ball, touchdown, then threw the ball into the stands. Well, the guy who caught the ball, Tom Brady contacted him and has since got the ball back, but we now just figured out what this guy got in return for the ball. Tom Brady gave him one Bitcoin.
That's $60,000.
Yeah, worth 60. Today it's worth $63,000. Gave him $1,000 to the team store, and then gave him an autographed helmet and an autographed jersey. So I just went on eBay. So let's say $63,000 plus $1,000 store, $64,000. Then an autographed helmet today on eBay from Tom Brady is $3,800, and then an autographed jersey frame today is $5,000. So another $8,000 on top of that. So guy came out 75,000-ish.
And Tom Brady gave him the ball back because it had too much air in it. That's funny. That's very good. All right, let's move on. Jennifer and Lane and me.
Well, they have just identified another victim of serial killer John Wayne Gacy. His case came to light in the late 70s. They found all those bodies under his house
In the basement.
and they just now have identified one of them through DNA. And it's a guy that was from North Carolina whose family never thought that he had met his fate at the hands of John Wayne Gacy because they had apparently had some family problems and he went away. And they just thought, oh, you know, our son is estranged and whatever.
Right.
And it turns out he ended up a victim.
All right, it looks like now, according to police in Northport, Florida, that notebook that was found near Brian Laundrie's remains may be salvageable. So one of the cops says it appears it may be salvageable, but the really question, this is a question for the FBI. But then I asked both of you, what does this say now regarding the case? Considering the fact that Brian Laundrie's remains were so decomposed, they had to use dental records.
Right.
How is it that a notebook would survive
Because you
underwater?
have, I'll tell you, there are experts out there, people who actually deal with ancient manuscripts, and that have been underwater, for example, and they actually can do it. It's a real interesting science. Also, my question is, what's he going to do in his journal? I just killed Gabby, and boy, what a nice day it is. I don't think that would be part and parcel of the journal. Also, do we have any idea how much of Brian Laundrie was left when they discovered his body?
Thought it was all bones. It was skeletal.
Well, I know all they could use were dental records, so I don't
Maybe there were tiny bits of flesh pointing to some of the bones.
No, no.
That sounds good. Let's have breakfast.
Oh, the lawyers for El Chapo want a new trial. They say their side of it is not only was there juror misconduct, but it was so intense that they called it breathtaking jury misconduct. And also, not only did the judge limit what they could do with their defense, they said it was an unparalleled set of stifling defense restrictions. But it was the ordinary crap.
Yeah,
It was
of course.
about,
There we go.
you know, that some anonymous juror said that some of the
Right.
other jurors were looking at news articles
Right.
about the case,
Yeah,
and
breathtaking.
they did an investigation, but they thought the judge should have done even more of an investigation. It's typical crap, but you know what? When your client is a murderous drug kingpin, You gotta amp up
Yeah.
the energy of your
Okay.
defense.
Also, one of the arguments was that since he was in solitary confinement the whole time, before and during the trial, he was not capable of helping his defense. And that is a major tenet of criminal law, even constitutional law, in that you have to have the wherewithal to aid in your defense. And if you don't, they're going to not do the trial. I mean, they'll put people away for years if they have to until they're capable, until some psychiatrist says there's capability there. It's going to go no place. It's going to go no place. El Chapo is going to spend the rest of his days in solitary, in protective custody.
Yeah, you want to hear the best part of it in terms of these lawyers? And I'll just read directly from the article. Under questioning from the 3-judge panel of the Second U.S. Court of Appeals, Furnich, that's Chapo's lawyer, conceded the defense made no specific objections during trial.
Whoops. Yeah, that doesn't work. But then again, yeah, except arguing jury misconduct, which they discovered after the fact, and that's appealable. But, you know, they just filed the appeal.
In the middle of the trial
Yeah.
he kept him
Yeah,
at
the
dungeon,
confinement part, yeah.
and he's screwing up his mind and he
Yeah.
can't help it.
Yeah, that one, yes. Oh, here's another drug lord.
Yes, from one to another. But in this case, cocaine hippos are people too. We're talking about the cocaine hippos that used to be owned by the Colombian drug kingpin Pablo Escobar. So you remember Pablo Escobar had everything to do with it. And so these are, obviously his hippos, but these are the offspring of the hippos. And apparently when Pablo Escobar sort of abandoned, I guess, his place, these hippos started reproducing. And reproducing, this is what they do. So I'm asking, we're kind of taking
International business.
Oh, those were back with the cross. Okay, thank you. I was really confused.
So a group of scientists says the hippos pose a threat to the area's biodiversity, and there are people who want to sterilize or even kill them. But then you have now a lawsuit against Colombia saying, hey, you can't do that because these hippos are people too.
Now, that's an interesting situation. We actually should, at this point, I've already done a seminar, and that is the argument that animals are people is an interesting one. Now, the general crazy animal lovers say, oh, they're people, they're on the same life. That's just BS. The argument that animals are people for the purposes of giving them the right to be represented in court is a different story. And that argument is kind of interesting because as far as the court, the officers are responsible and don't have any standing whatsoever. It's like corporations. When it comes to liability, corporations are people. They have the same rights as people do. However, and you can ask Mitt Romney that at some point, corporations are only people as far as shielding liability. The rest of them, corporations don't eat, they don't feed. It's people that do all of that. Same thing with hippos. Also, hippos are the most dangerous animals in all of that. They kill more people than anything else. So they're hugely dangerous. Let's take a break. Hey, back right here we are. Friends learning, I think the hippos have to make some And I tell you, that's true today. I hate it when we're funny and we haven't come up with it. Let's not do that again. All right. Let's take a break. We'll come back and we will finish Campbell on the news.
Facebook seems to be going after younger users. The social media company will now focus on those under 30 after leaked documents showed many were turning to rivals like TikTok and Snapchat. Comedian Dave Chappelle is defending his new Netflix special. He posted the video on Instagram admitting he doesn't understand what all the controversy is about. He says everyone he knows from the LGBTQ community has been loving and supportive. Some describe his jokes as transphobic. And could there really be another planet in our galaxy? Astronomers say that's what they found using a NASA telescope.